The next speaker is the Honorable Mente-Nkuna.
Masibulele House Chair. Sithathele thuba House Chairs. Sibulise umongameli we-EFF okhokhela ibattalion kule parliamente elidwa ngabafazi abangaphezulu ko-63%. Abazi-whips eziyi-7 ezinhlanu zabo ngabafazi. Sithi qina mongameli le battalion ne-EFF owayakha yayiyindawo. Silapha sizawuba lapha kude kuyophela. Sibulele i-EFF nge-GBV desk eyayakhayo ekhokhelwa ngu-DSG uPoppy Mayilola encede abafazi abangamakhulukhulu kule South Africa. Chairperson, iminyaka yonke sizapha sithethe into enye siphinde kungenzeki nix. Uminister lento ayithetha apho akangowokuqala ukutsho akazuba ngowokugqibela kude kutshintshe lo rhulumente ungenzi into. Year after year we flash statistics and the ruling elite makes hollow commitments to the fight against embedded violence against women in this country. Yes, despite the commitments, there's nothing concrete. Nothing. There's no hope for the women and children of this country. All the cases the minister was mentioning here, they could have been avoided. Ucinga fan baba bantu bebeza kufikelwa ngamapolisa ngexesha babebewabizile ebengazufika. Ucinga fan ba zonke ezi cases zabantu abaziwayo njengakanamhla kungakabanjwa umuntu namhlanje iluncedo ngantoni into enjalo. But not so long ago, the head of Department of Public Works and Infrastructure in the Eastern Cape, Thandolwethu Manda, was placed on indefinite leave after it emerged that he has been using his position as an HOD to elicit sexual favors and in some instances rape young interns in the department. The fact that he is not suspended or dismissed tells us a lot about the nature of the administration of the Eastern Cape and its attitude towards women. Not that the minister doesn't know that, she doesn't mention it. We know that there have been numerous cases of sex and reports of sexual violence for jobs in the Eastern Cape. But the government wethu uzivulile indlebe uzivalile because these are men and monsters that hold the power at the highest echelons. We are here as women to protect such monsters. You are here as women to say absolutely nothing in defense of those selfless women who are looking for nothing but umsebenzi. But thina silapha singabafazi be-EFF to defend and protect the dignity and the integrity of those women who are looking for jobs because urhulumente wethu akacreate nalo misebenzi. But ke siyayazi sinayo imithetho besiyipasisile kule ndlu, but izawusinceda ngantoni lo mithetho xa kungekho urhulumente uzimiseleyo ukuimplementa lo mithetho. Siyayazi ngoku ngokwestatistics ukubana ngaba ngaphezulu kwe-53,285 reported cases of sexual assault in this country. We also know that 42,569 of those were rape. But naku kwenzeka, Minister, inyaniso is that wena nohulumente wakho we-GNU are the biggest enablers of violence against women in this country. This is because we were lied to in this parliament many a times that there are GBV cases in police stations. Go to any nearest police station and see if you're going to find a GBV desk anywhere. We were lied to and told that FCS has capacity to deal with cases. It does not. One detective is on standby every time after 4 and weekends to deal with no less than 5 police stations, and that is more than 1 million people in population. Yet, you say you are serving the people. Let me give you a story. Unobuhle was a Blue Combos. Unobuhle was raped by a monster in the after hours of the day. One detective that was available from the Milner team, FCS, could not attend to the case because why a busy case as Atlantis, one, he can't double himself. Number 2, when Unobuhle wakes up to go to with the detective to the rape care center, we have figured rape care center, doctor was a rape care center, you didn't make an appointment, therefore I can't see you. Unobuhle had to sit with the disgusting smell of her perpetrator for 2 days because there was one detective on duty that could take over her case. The doctor at the victim center could not attend to her. What option does she have? She has to go back to the perpetrator that ultimately killed her. What do you say about that? Today, change how you say things and how you do things.
Honourable Member.
During the constituency period, we went to Milner in FCS only to find
Honourable
5
Member,
detectives.
unfortunately, your time has now expired.
And nothing they can do for women because the state is the one that does not
Honourable
capacitate
Mente,
the police to deal with the cases of rape.
Thank you, Honourable Mente. The next speaker is the Honourable Mshlongo.
Speaker,
Order, honourable members. We have the next speaker on the podium. Please take your seats.
over the past 30 years, our democratic changes have empowered women more than ever. We have made significant progress in the protection of women's rights in our Constitution, promoting equality, dignity, and justice. However, the reality is that 1 in 5 women in South Africa faces physical violence, and we have one of the highest femicide rates in the world. The statistic signifies shattered lives, broken families, and devastated communities. As we mark this anniversary, we remember that our fight against gender-based violence is linked to the core of our democracy. A democracy that supports rights must also ensure safety and security for all citizens. The 16 days of activism is not just a campaign. It is a movement aimed at raising awareness, encouraging discussions, and demanding actions from everyone: government, society, civil society, and individuals. To truly honor the rights we fought for, we need to create a culture of respect and accountability. We can achieve this through education and engagement. We must confront harmful attitudes that lead to violence. By coming together in this cause, we can inspire men and boys to stand with women as allies. Ending gender-based violence is a shared responsibility, not just a women's issue. It is a societal obligation. The anniversary also pushes us to reform our policies. It is a chance to advocate for better laws that tackles the root causes of gender-based violence and ensure support for survivors. We must call for more resources for shelters, counseling services, and legal aid to create a solid support system for those affected by violence. Let's use the momentum of the 16 days of activism to start a national conversation. We need to amplify the voices of our survivors and hold perpetrators accountable. Together, we can challenge the existing norms and build a society where women and children can live without fear, and that truly reflects our democratic values. As we celebrate 30 years of women's rights in South Africa, I urge everyone to see the importance of this movement. Let's commit to taking action. Let's unite to end gender-based violence for good. Together, we can create a future where all individuals are safe, respected, and empowered. I thank you.
Thank you. The next speaker is the Honourable Peterson.
Thank you, House Chair. The 16 days of activism provides a space for people to openly discuss difficult topics like domestic abuse, sexual violence, and stigma. As the years went by, we have witnessed a tenfold increase in violence against women and children. While this campaign unites activists, organizations, and individuals from around the world under one banner, the question remains, how practical has this campaign been altered to directly speak to how the violence against women and children have skyrocketed? While the 16 days of activism can generate awareness, they do not tackle the cultural norms and gender inequalities that perpetuate violence. As police stations across the country continue to operate without rape kits, gender-based violence remains a persistent and growing problem with significant increases. It is imperative that we improve the effectiveness of this campaign going forward, simply because violence against women and children do not only happen from the 25th of November to the 10th of December. This campaign should be held throughout the year. It is essential to recognize that the rate of reporting of gender-based violence is often low, while we acknowledge the ones who didn't make it to headlines but suffered the consequences of injustice. 16 days of activism might not even be accessible due to lack of resources in marginalized communities. Violence against women and children is a deep-rooted issue that requires consistent action over the long haul, not just a 2-week burst of attention. The police have a long way to go when it comes to how they treat those who run to them for help. Activism needs to be embedded into the fabric of society, not confined to one period of the year. For individuals who advocate for violence against women and children, it becomes exhausting to sustain a high level of engagement in a short period, only to face the silence that follows when the campaign ends. In conclusion, rather than focusing on a short period campaign, we propose year-round activism that focuses on prevention, education, and advocacy at the local, regional, and provincial levels. Expand the role of provinces in the fight against violence against women and children. The more resources should be made available at the provincial level to localize the fight. We need community-driven solutions that engage men, women, and children in the fight against gender equality. It is not enough to focus solely on raising awareness for 16 days. We must build a future where gender-based violence is a thing of the past every day of the year. Thank you.
Thank you.